Hey, and welcome to the channel. I'm Chanté, and I am on this journey to healing. So I hope you can like and subscribe and share this video because we are going to be diving into a very, very sensitive topic. Something, honestly, I've shied away from discussing with myself first. And now I'm going to be trying to navigate discussing this with you. On this journey, as I've been healing, as I have been moving forward, I have recently realized that there are some things in my life that I've not wanted to talk about. And a lot of this is because of shame. It's because of feeling embarrassed. It's because I didn't want to admit to myself that this is my new reality, that these things really happened, that this is how my life looks now. And maybe you felt the same way. Maybe you've been through a season that after all the dust settles, after you're no longer just trying to survive, you sit back and realize that, yes, you made it through that season, but this is your new reality. Some of you may be even working on starting over, working on moving forward, working on figuring this thing out. Not really in the place you thought you would be at this age, at this stage, at this season, but realizing that this is where you are. And shame can manifest itself in so many ways, but shame robs us of our identity. It robs us of the truth of what God says about our worthiness, of what God says about who we are, about our ability, about our assignment. It takes those things away. And today I wanted to come and remind you that you are not your shame. You're not the embarrassment. Even sometimes we're feeling ashamed and overwhelmed by things we never caused, things we didn't start. It's sometimes the impact of other people's decisions that have led us to where we are. And sometimes it's our own decisions. But either way, there's no need to be ashamed. There's no need to be embarrassed. There's no need to keep focusing on what other people think about you, what other people will say. Because trust me, they are living their own reality. They are living through their own disappointments, their own circumstances, their own things that didn't go the way that they anticipated. And as long as you keep suppressing who you are, keep suppressing moving forward, keep suppressing healing because of embarrassment, because of shame, because you're identifying with something that is not truly who you are. You are not the situation. You are not the past season. And the more you can take time to acknowledge and accept that this is part of your story. As hard as it's been, as much as you didn't want it to be, it is that way. And what has helped me as I've been working through this is realizing that there are multiple routes to get to the same destination and that God will use everything. So those same things that may have caused shame, disappointment, discouragement are the same things that He is going to use to prosper you, to move you forward, to encourage someone else, to be a part of your story that strengthened you, that built your character, that helped you to move past, that helped to show you that you're stronger than you think, that you can get through more than you think. Often on this journey, we're hoping that when we're healed and whole, that there's no problems, that things will be easy. But honestly, that's not the case. Difficulty, suffering are part of this journey, is part of what we'll walk through. But when you know who you are, when you're not embarrassed, when you're not ashamed, when you realize that that was just part of the story and you pick up and you move forward, you will recognize the power in that, the power in what you went through, and that it's not in vain. So some of you really need to be honest, and not with me, but with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself about where you really are, about how it hurt you, about how you're not happy with what happened, about the disappointment. But don't stay there. Heal. You know, I think about the Bible where it said that they were naked and unafraid. And sometimes our vulnerability, our realization that we're not perfect, our realization that we've made mistakes, our realization that life hasn't gone the way our 5-year plan was, it can make us feel afraid. It can make us feel naked, right? People could see us, and not the perfect us, not the us that people can see on social media, but the us that has been through some things, that has a few bumps and bruises and scars. But God does not call us to be fearful. I also think about Isaiah 54:4. And it says, do not be afraid. You will not be put to shame. Do not fear disgrace. You will not be humiliated. Our God is telling you, you will not be put to shame. He will use all of it, even the hard parts. So maybe there's some areas that you need to go deeper in. You need to get therapy. You may need a doctor. You may need medications. You may need a friend, a pastor, a group, a community. Whatever it is, be honest with yourself. Ask the Holy Spirit, invite him in to show you those areas you're still wrestling with, to show you the root of those things, to show you why it's become a problem, and release it. Release the shame, release the discouragement, release the hopelessness, because God can and will use it. So as I've realized that, yes, there are parts of my story I didn't anticipate. There are things I didn't think would have happened to me. There are places I didn't think I would have to go. There are situations I didn't think I would have to navigate. And if I stayed focused on that, if I stayed focused on the fact that I'm not where I want to be, that I'm not moving forward, that I've had to experience these hard things unnecessarily, it feels like, right? Then I would not be able to realize that because I've surrendered, because I've released, because I'm healing, there are so many good things that God has shown me. There are so many things that I would not have seen. There's so many places I would not have gone. There's so many people I would not have met had I been so focused on my limitations, had I been so focused on areas that seemed to cause shame or discouragement. But I'm grateful that I went through those seasons. It's built my character. It's made me stronger. And it's gotten me out of my own way and allowed God to move in my life. Allowed God to do his thing, right? To move at his own pace, to teach me to be patient, which is hard, okay? To teach me to be obedient, to teach me to believe when I don't see it. And I'm hoping as you are releasing that thing, releasing that shame, that you'll realize it won't always be like this, that sooner or later, he'll work it out in your favor. Sooner or later, he'll turn it around for you. God is turning it around. He's turning it around. Every hard thing, everything that makes you want to hide and be discouraged about, he's turning it around. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with God about where you are. Get the help that you need in those areas. Release it. Release the shame. Release the fear. And walk boldly in who you are. Start affirming who you are. Recognize your worthiness is not tied to what happened to you. Your worthiness is not in the shame, that deceitful shame that has caused you to second guess who you are and who God has created you to be. And as you're navigating this, I am praying for you. I'm praying with you. I'm believing that God is moving on your behalf even now, that he's bringing to light those things that you need to release. You will feel lighter. You will feel free. You will have peace in the midst of the storm. And shame will be no more.